it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for February 2022. So welcome to February. We definitely have a banger of a month ready to go. Some divinely scripted events that are definitely going to change the course in which we are going to actually want to move forward. Before we jump into February, let's take a quick review on what January kind of left us with. Of course, we came into the new year on the vibe of one. One, although is supposed to be a beginning, it's a bittersweet time because endings have to take place before beginnings can actually manifest. It's been a very rough month for many people. A time of endings, a time of closure, a time of purge. Of course, we spent the whole month with Venus in a retrograde, the majority of the month with Mercury in a retrograde, and some powerful placements among our heavy-hitting planets that definitely illuminated what it is that we needed to let go of, what it is that needed to die, what it is that needed to be totally destroyed in order for a new earth, a new reality to actually be built. So we have a lot of energy really supporting a very magical start to February. First of all, we just had Venus come out of her retrograde, a very powerful time. This is a time where we now are setting our sights on the future based off of the realizations that we just had while she was retrograde. If you haven't listened to Venus going direct, that astro event that I put out for January's energy forecast, please go ahead and listen to that. It is definitely going to give you a better understanding on the foundation that is being built for us here in February. So coming into February, what do we have to talk about? Well, first off, we are shifting into the vibration of 2. So if you listen to the 2022 energy forecast that I put out for the whole year, where I broke it down month by month and highlighted the major astrology and what that's going to mean for us, you would know that 2022 is the year of building. It's the year of perfecting. It's the year of creating and manifesting and unifying. It is a very powerful time where we're going to see some major changes to our physical realms. Again, we are just in the very beginnings of a brand new 25,000 year cycle. We are in a new age. We are in a new era. We are setting the foundational guidelines on what it is that humanity is going to build off of for years to come. So coming into February, the month of 2, we're already focused on building, on creating. What are we building and creating? First of all, new worth and value within ourselves. Venus taught us that. Venus actually rules over the second house in astrology. So there's a lot of connections here really being empowered by this divine feminine energy. We'll talk about the divine masculine here in a second because that has a major role, a major spotlight here in February as well. When we're focused on the number 2, we're looking at building, creating, birthing new relationship dynamics. The power struggle that we've had to go through within ourselves to reveal our strengths, our wants, our needs, our desires while Venus was retrograde has totally changed the game on what it is that we actually want to share with other people and who it is that we actually value. Venus, having been retrograde, now coming direct, has a huge impact on relationships. Many relationships that were not built on love and encouragement and in alignment with one another have fallen apart. For those of you that are still together, there is a level of connection and intimacy that is now growing in strength, in support, in encouragement for both parties to actually grow in alignment to not only their soul's purpose, but in alignment with supporting each other's soul purpose. Again, we're bringing together the divine feminine, the divine masculine here in February. Now we're given multiple magical portals here this month. Of course, the first one on the 2nd. We have the second month, the second day of 2022. There's a lot of 2s coming at you. This is a numerological portal that inspires us to get very focused on the main basic values, on what it is that we realize, these aha moments that we've realized that have shifted within us have shown us where it is that we have to do more to honor ourselves. We have to do more to incorporate joy and happiness and pleasure into our lives. We have to get down to the nitty-gritty of the basics on what it is that actually brings light into our lives, and of course, create a space in order for that light to grow. We start the month off with a very powerful energy even before this first 222 portal with the new moon in Aquarius. If you have not listened to the new moon in Aquarius Astro event, I definitely recommend you do that. If you did not download your moon guide for this particular event, I definitely recommend that you do that. This is a super energy to work with because, of course, Aquarian energy frees us from all the restrictions, from where it is that we felt held back. It shows us where it is that we need to be more independent, detaching from bigger cycles, bigger groups, bigger networks, bigger collectives if we're not in alignment with that vibration. So the new moon in Aquarius is having us just open our minds to a new path, a new possibility, and actually moving forward. It conjuncts Saturn, it squares Uranus, its rulers, which means that this is going to have a reverberatory effect, bringing back a lot of topics and themes, especially where the COVID restrictions were talked about, were implemented back in 2021. We're bringing that forth. We're changing things up. We're breaking the rules in all the right ways. We are giving the power back to the people. This particular new moon opening up this very magical month for us is also in alignment with the Chinese Lunar New Year. This is a very powerful time. Even if you're not in alignment with that particular belief system, there's still a lot of energy and vibrations being put out there in the earth that humanity and the collective are benefiting from. Like I said, on the 2nd, we have our very first numerological portal of the month. It is also in alignment with Imbolc, which is a Gaelic festival. It's a Gaelic celebration of what they consider to be spring. It is the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So there is a very potent energy there to celebrate. Our ancestors celebrated making it thus far through the coldest, the darkest type of season, and giving us a little bit of inspiration and hope to look forward to the brand new cycle that is about to begin. So again, regardless of whether or not you're in alignment with that belief system, there are enough people out in the world celebrating this, putting high vibrational frequencies out into the collective that we are definitely benefiting from. We have Mercury going direct at 24 degrees, very close to Pluto. This is taking place on the 3rd, maybe the 4th, depending on where it is that you're at in the world. This is going to be super intense. We have, and again, please go back to January's energy forecast and check out Mercury going retrograde, then Mercury coming direct. Why? Because we've had multiple opportunities for some very intense truth to be revealed. Pluto, of course, wants to unearth the lies, the betrayal, the corruption. Mercury, of course, ruler of the mental plane and our communication. We have a lot to review. We have a lot of connections to be made. We have a lot of truth to speak. And this is definitely going to be a very potent energy for us to do just that. We have a lot of major astrology points that are really going to help us build brand new foundations, healed a lot of the ego wounds that we've had to accumulate over the last couple of years, and really present us with an opportunity to stand very firmly in our brand new power. One of the things that I think is going to be amazing for all of us is, of course, Venus and Mars conjunct. They meet up together. Now, Venus is the divine feminine. We have Mars, the divine masculine. We are going through a month in February where the divine masculine awakens. We're seeing this with the freedom rallies. That is very much masculine energy, standing firm in our belief system, standing firm to survive, pushing forward, being aggressive enough to actually make some changes. And of course, Venus, who is just coming out of her retrograde, she's still trying to get her bearings. She is leaning on the divine masculine within Mars right now to take her through this next journey. What's beautiful about this is they will be holding hands in the cosmos for approximately 2 weeks, and then they're going to conjunct again on March 6th at a 0 degree in Aquarius. This is going to be absolutely changing for the collective. First of all, We're going to gain some major insight halfway through this month when Venus and Mars bump into each other for the very first time. This is where we start making sense of a lot of the insights, the downloads that we had while Venus was retrograde. This is going to provide us with a brand new opportunity to align our divine feminine and masculine energies within ourselves and see some beautiful opportunities to unify those particular energies in our personal relationships. Again, they are supporting one another until they enter into that 0-degree conjunction on March 6th in Aquarian energy, which is when we're definitely going to see the big picture. We have a full moon in Leo taking place this month at 27 degrees, very comfy in an aspect with Pluto. This is definitely going to highlight for us where it is that we have to come up with new ways to express ourselves, our unique gifts, our unique talents. Yes, we want to be part of the bigger, broader community. Yes, we want to fit in with like-minded people, but how can we bring our individuality to the greater, grander collective? The full moon in Leo is also going to remind us of some of the choices that we made, heart-led choices that we made back in August of 2021, especially when the Lionsgate portal presented two options: to stay in the comfy zone and revolve around certain topics and themes and life lessons, or where it is that we abandoned that old construct to explore the new territory where we followed our heart, we followed our soul, and we've been on a brand new path ever since, evolving through different life lessons, especially connected to the heart space, to the heart chakra, and how we are lending that love and energy to the greater, grander collective. We will be entering into Pisces season. Pisces season is no joke. It is the very last energy in the astrology wheel. It represents everything and nothing. It is our soul self, our karmic self, our spiritual self. It is our intuition, our healing abilities. It is a major cleansing of the soul and spirit. This is essentially when we go through collectively our dark season as we approach the brand new beginning cycle of the astrological calendar when Aries season hits. There is more surrendering, more purging, but if nothing else, we become more empathetic. We become more compassionate. We unify with the collective. Yes, there's some ugly stuff to uncover because Pisces energy is the unconscious collective, but we have to do the digging work together so that collectively we can unearth these not so nice parts of our earthly experience. We can love each other. We can have empathy and compassion for one another, where we can transform our emotional selves, our energetic selves, our mental selves, our spiritual selves first before seeing the physical changes actually come to life, actually be manifest here on our earth plane. One thing we have to talk about, and I will go into a whole astro event for this, is the 22nd of February is our extra numerological portal. What absolutely is going to make this a focus for the world is that the USA, the United States of America, will be having their Pluto return. Now, the Pluto return only happens every 248 years, which means that this is going to have signs and symbols of an empire collapse. This is where we have a transfer of power. Now, technically speaking, this started back in 2008 when Pluto first moved into Capricorn, because Pluto in Capricorn rules over the second house in the United States chart. This is focusing on money, on property, on worth, on value. There is infrastructure changes. There is a change to how we earn our money, how we protect ourselves, what it is that we have to do for our own safety and our own security. I'm not even American, but here's the thing. We are all collectively united. We are all collectively in alignment. What happens in one country reverberates and has a domino effect on other countries. So it's a very, very important event that I will be covering a little bit more in depth in an astro event on the 22nd. We cannot talk about just the Pluto return though, because that 2 portal is going to be super freaking powerful. We have a lot of 2 energies. This is a month where we are going to see the foundational systems and structures actually manifest. This is, again, a time of building, a time of creation, a time of unity, if nothing else. And we have a lot to unify over. Again, let's come into February with the anthem of love, unity, and freedom, because that's what we are building. That's what we need to be focused on. That is the life lesson that February's energy will bring.